YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jahaira and I am back. Back with another tea time video. Now, I know it's been a while since my last one, but here we are nonetheless. Now, for those of you who may remember or may not remember, my last tea time video was entitled When Parents Get Old. That was more of a dilemma that I was going through. This is going to be a little bit different because I actually have a question I want to pose to everyone. Now, as all of you know, the holiday season is upon us, and that can bring up a lot of emotions for a lot of people. And me personally, with the upcoming holiday season, because I am someone who celebrates Christmas, it also marks the end of the year. And I traditionally have always liked to take certain time aside to contemplate on what I've learned in the past year. With 2011 greatly and rapidly approaching us, I kind of wanted to find out what you guys learned as well. In thinking about 2010 and what I've learned this year with all of its highs and all of its lows, I kind of came to a couple of conclusions that, of course, I'm going to share with y'all. The first one, I became a lot more cognizant of time this year, and to elaborate on that, specifically my time. And one of the major lessons for myself that I learned this year is just how valuable my time is to me and how precious that time is, because time, as we all know, can be incredibly fleeting. For me, it's that I will not walk into 2011 doing a lot of the things I did in 2010. And in terms of pertaining that to time, I say that to say what I'm not going to do is waste time. I am not going to be idle. I'm not going to be complacent. I'm not going to just give my time away because, I mean, you know, it's the old adage, it's the old cliche that tomorrow is not promised. Very well used and almost overused, but it's true. It's incredibly true. I have had a very bad habit, I have to say, of surrounding myself with people who present you with the same present me with the same kind of problems over and over again. And me being the kind of person that I am, I'm very quick to dispense advice. And, you know, I do strongly believe that when one learns, one then has the obligation to teach. And so I don't have a problem, you know, sharing my expertise with anybody, you know, who's looking for it or willing to listen. However, when a person comes to you with a problem, with any kind of dilemma, and you make the time, here we go back to time, to give of yourself, to share your own experiences, to offer support and counsel and advice, and you do so thinking that, you know, they might have been able to achieve some closure on the issue as a result of something that you've said, it's a great feeling. But when they tell you that, oh, I hear you, I feel you, I totally understand where you're coming from, you're so right, and then you see them repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, and on top of that, coming back to you each and every time that occurs, what it's saying to me is that I've heard what you said, I've processed what you've said, but I'm going to do my own thing anyway in spite of what you said. But seeing as how you're obviously so willing to give of yourself, I know that I can just keep running back to this well because it's never going to go dry. My well has dried up. My time is valuable to me. It's the only time I'm ever going to have. In March, I'll be turning 32 years old, and 31 will be over. And all that I've accomplished in 31, you know, at the age of 31, will be a thing of the past. As a matter of fact, all that I accomplished yesterday is a thing of the past, and I will never get yesterday back ever again. So it really does come down to maximizing my time and utilizing my time productively. I want to surround myself with people that are giving of their time, but are giving of their time and cognizant of my ability to process whatever interaction that we're having, to really take it in and then project that, you know what I mean, out to the world. You know what I mean? But as far as, you know, if you give me a piece of advice and I allow that to settle into my spirit, I then want to celebrate the fact that I've learned something new, that I've taken the opportunity to, you know what I mean, be the beneficiary of your wisdom and then pass that along to somebody else. I believe that's a fantastic use of my time, you know, because that's how one person changes the world. If I inspire you and you inspire others and those others inspire even more, guess what? That's how consciousness shifts. Fantastic use of your time. Completely vital use of your time. I don't think that we're living in an age where we can afford to waste time anymore. So, again, time for me, huge lesson learned. Huge, huge, huge. I mean, cataclysmic lesson learned. And that's just the main one for me. I mean, I can tell you what else I've learned in 2010 as far as the desire to celebrate myself, to truly be fully present in any given moment, and to live the kind of life that I've dreamed of. You know what I mean? As far as, I mean, 2011 already is going to be a very, very full plate for me. I've made the decision to go back to school simply on the strength of wanting something productive and positive to do with my time. And thereby setting the example that others, God willing, will follow. Getting more active in volunteer work. Just, you know, changing the way that I live in a huge way, both, you know, working on my health in terms of spiritual health, emotional health, mental health, and physical health. You know, and these, believe me, are not New Year's resolutions, because I don't do them. I patently refuse to do a New Year's resolution, because you're doomed. You're doomed. If you're not talking about a lifestyle shift, then you're not really talking about anything as far as I'm concerned. New Year's resolutions, born to fail. You're setting yourself up. That's my opinion anyway. But, again, going back to time, that's the main one. You know, time, big, big factor for me. So, I've given you mine. Now it's your turn. What did you learn in 2010? What did this year teach you? Who are you now that 2010 is coming to a close? And who will you be in 2011? That's the question at hand, people. So, you know I want to hear. Let me know. Comment. Whatever you're going to do, please do it. But, yeah. There's my tea time, and I'm looking to hear a few responses. Until next time, y'all, take very good care of yourselves and take very good care of each other. One love.